everyone, and welcome once again to Cocktails and Conversations. My name is Marcia Williams Cromer, and my guests today are Lawana Duraso Johnson. Hello. And Pamela Williams. Hello. Today's topic is I Deserve It All. You guys know what I love Kendrick Lamar, and if you've heard his song, The Man in the Garden, he talks about deserving it all and being willing to do the work to achieve those things that he wants in life. But for us, we're saying we've already done that, okay? Mm-hmm. We've done those things. We've contributed to our communities. We've supported our families. We deserve it all. Talk to me, Lawana. Why do you deserve it all?
I guess because I'm Lawana. I'm just playing. But no, I'm like Kendrick. I work for what I want. So I don't feel like if I just don't deserve it, if I don't earn it, I'll work for it. Mm-hmm. Some people feel like they're supposed to just get stuck just because who they are. But anything that I want, I work for it.
So yeah, it's not about entitlement, right? No. It's not about thinking that the world owes you something just because you decided to show up, and that's not even something we decide. God handles all of that, right? Yep. And we're blessed to be able to be on this earth, living and breathing, and he puts us here for a reason. Mm-hmm. And I think that our goal is to find out what our gifts are. Mm-hmm. And once we do, nurturing those gifts throughout our lives and growing in those gifts, whatever benefits and dreams are accomplished through that, we deserve it all, right?
That's my daily prayer. When I say my prayers, I ask God to lead and guide me toward what my purpose is. So that's
I love that. I love that. In fact, you know what? We're going to toast on that one. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, girl.
Pam.
This is good.
Is it good?
That's good.
You guys forgot the wine. It's really good.
It is something good. It is.
So Pam, why do you deserve it all?
I think basically what you all have been talking about, is just going out there and doing the best that you can do. Mm-hmm. We came up in a generation where our family and our ancestors really worked hard so that we would be able to give to our community and to our families. And I think when you go out and you try to do the very best that you can and you hold people accountable, like you have been held accountable, mm-hmm. I think that to me, that's how I have received everything that I've ever gotten. On top of the fact, as Lawana said, saying my prayers, talking to God, letting him know that, hey, whatever it is that you see me doing that is not pleasing in your sight, that hopefully and prayerfully that I will go out there and do the very best that I can. And when I can't do it, then, be honest enough to tell a person, hey, I'm not able to do this, but I always have some type of resource or another solution,
right,
or whatever it is that you feel that you might need to give to someone, and then it just comes to you. All of us have a servant's heart. Mm-hmm. The three ladies in here, and so many of you people out there. If you have a servant heart, you trust God, it just comes to you.
To piggyback off that, why do we get in our head about not deserving it all? Why is it that, and I'm talking to myself as well, why is it that those doubts, we allow those doubts to creep in? You may be part of your family that's done well and excelled. Mm-hmm. And it's not that you've got family, you're around them, and you know that they maybe haven't achieved some of the things that you have. No harm, no foul. But then I think we internalize that, and we know we've been blessed. Okay. Yeah. So I think on some level we feel as though we got to overcompensate all the time to help other people, to make sure that they have what they need, because we don't even know sometimes how we got it. But once we do the work and we start to see, wait a minute, I'm doubting myself, but I was up at 5 o'clock, preparing. I stayed up until 1 o'clock, making sure I'm writing books and making sure that these books are, ready to be published. Why would I allow doubt to seep into my psyche and say, how do you deserve all of this?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a question. What do you think?
Yeah, because like I was a single mom, and my daughter was most of my motivation for the things that I try to do because I want her to. I felt like she deserved to have more.
Mm-hmm.
So it drove me to do more so that she could have more. So I would set goals like my home. I wanted to be sure that she was in a good school district, that she had a home, that she had a yard, that she had a dog. There's things that I wanted to, but I felt that she deserved to have that experience because I had the experience coming up as a child, and I wanted her to have that experience. So sometimes other people drive you to do things that you deserve for yourself, but you'll do it more for them. I do more for you than I might do for me because if you need something, I'll come and see about you and see what you need. But then I might put myself on the back burner saying, like you say, well, I don't want to bother about, I don't deserve that. But I jump and come see what you need. And I think that's something that we do. We'll put others before ourselves.
Do you think that's a all women thing or specifically Black women? Because
I think it's all women. I think it's all women thing because I have friends that of other races, and I have a friend that that's loving and giving and always looking out and doing things for others. Always put other people before herself. She's always done it. She's a sweetheart. And so I think it's just us as women, as caregivers and nurturers, and that's just something that's in us that we want to see. And then sometimes I found that people might deserve something and you see it in them and try to push them toward what they say they won't deserve, and then they get mad at you when you call them out on, but this, you say this was your dream, you say you deserve this, and you try to help them reach the goal of something they do deserve and they are capable of doing, and then they get mad. It's like, but you said it's what you wanted,
right?
That you wanted, that you want to do.
Do you feel like when they said that, that was them putting out into the universe what they want to see manifested, but the work ethic isn't involved? Because once you set your sight on a dream, you've got to have some strategy around it. You've got to have an understanding that there's work that's involved, and and I'm prepared to do that work. So once you start to have a conversation with those people who said this is what I want, and we should all seek out the people who have knowledge in those areas that we want to grow in, right? So if they are, going in a different direction, not and saying that somehow your support is unwanted, what's your next step with that? Do you
just step back and listen?
Step back?
Because that's their dream. It's like, why should I want your dream more than you do?
Word. That part.
Why should I want
that part? Oh yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Prime example. 5 years ago, what's it, 4 years ago? You said you wanted to write a book. You put that out there. I was like, oh, you want to write a book? Girl, come on, we're gonna do this, because it's your dream, and you went toward it. So you wrote 4 books now,
right?
And so I know some people say they're gonna write a book, they ain't wrote one,
right?
And you didn't write 4,
right?
So it's like they dream, and I might put the same effort into them that I did into you, but you took it and used it. Ask questions, ask about book clubs, information. You know what I'm saying? And because that really was your desire and your dream. And I feel like women, we do support each other, yeah. But you gotta want the support.
Right.
You gotta want the support. And I don't feel like someone is nagging you and bugging you, but if you see potential, like we see potential in each other. You might see potential in someone.
So here's my question too, is I remember during a time when I was going through divorce, painful, a drag, but one of the things that got me through it was I would do affirmations every day.
Mhm.
And I was listening to a radio station in the mornings, getting dressed for work. And this lady that would kind of wake you up with this really soft voice of affirmations. And she would have you visualize how you saw not just your day, not just your week, but your life going. And I remember one morning she talked about visualizing, a pool full of money,
Oh.
and you were just like, you'd earn this money. It was money that would change your life. And, then the next question she asked was, now I want you to think, was that was that a wading pond?
Oh, was it?
Or did you think of an Olympic-sized pool? Or did you think of the ocean? And that just like really resonated with me because I thought, look at the change I put on my mind. And to be honest with you, at that point, I was thinking like, maybe a backyard pool,
Okay.
full of money.
Exactly what I
But
was
why would I limit myself? We put those limits on ourselves. So when you get to that point that you think, I deserve it all, I deserve all that I get from the effort that I put out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So and that just changed the attitude, my trajectory about how I approach growth. And if I'm gonna ask myself to learn and to grow, those stages, I don't want to put mental chains around my own mind that say, but Marsha, if you go that far, it's scary. If you go out on that limb, it may break. I was listening to Steve Harvey even once, and I remember him talking about manifesting dreams. And there are times when people want it to be safe. And if you don't jump, you won't be able to see all of the blessings that come from the faith that you put out into the world, right? And taking that first step to say, I'm gonna land. And it may be a hard landing, but I'm prepared to take this chance because it's better than being stuck where I am, right? And if you're willing to take those chances, I think it's okay to say I deserve it all.
I think it's the right thing to be able to say. I know in a career where people who were in the positions that I was able to get in did not look like me, was not my gender either, and men and female.
And just as some context, prison warden in the state of Texas, one of the first African American prison wardens in the state of Texas.
Thank you. And it wasn't, believe it or not, an obtainable goal because I went into a system that was predominantly white male as far as, the workers were concerned, especially the administrators. And then life changed. And so when I had an opportunity to move into the position of a warden, I felt the responsibility to do the work. Not that I wasn't doing the work before then, because I never would have been considered otherwise. And so when you feel that responsibility, I think it motivates you to try to do everything that you can to go even above and beyond what someone maybe even did for you.
Exactly. But as you're talking, I'm thinking you also knew the opportunity was rare.
Very.
Okay. And you weren't just working for yourself at that point. You were working for women and Black people, folks that look like you, because if you got your foot in the door, then you could potentially help others move forward, right?
That is very true. And, even when you try to mentor our kids today, I was mentored. I listened, I soaked it in, and then I tried to share that with them. What they don't see sometimes in this day and time is the work that we put in. And that I was at work at 6 o'clock when I didn't have to be there till 8.
Amen.
I didn't leave at 4:59, which was 5 o'clock. It might have been 6, 7, or 8 o'clock. But then I wasn't expecting at first to even be able to obtain these goals. But then when I got in there and started working, and I saw, well, he's not as smart as I am.
Okay,
Fact,
okay,
I
okay.
might be a little
Okay.
smarter, so surely I'm bringing something to
Absolutely,
the table.
yeah.
And I just think just being honest, trustworthy, and like I say, I prayed before I walked into any prison. And I prayed when I left. And I didn't just pray for me, I prayed for everyone that was there. And whether they believed in God or not, whether they were in a prison uniform as an employee or a prison uniform as a offender. So I just think that when you go out there and you do the very best that you can, and that you share what you have with others. The other thing is they might not, and I think one of you might have said this, might not receive it as you are trying to help them. I was just waiting for somebody to just tell me, okay, Pam, show me the way. This is, and I listen. You have to be able to listen in order to lead. And once you listen and then you lead, there were times when, I was the warden, but I had staff that was older than me, not in the position I was in.
Right.
And I listened to them. And they will work their behinds off of you if you are the one that's eating up what they are saying, and you are taking it, regurgitating it back out.
You made them feel valued, though.
Very.
Yeah, that's
because
key.
it would be no me without them.
Exactly, exactly.
And we needed to have a secure place, and we were public servants, and so we owed it to our community to do the very best that we could, and hopefully whatever we did inside would be instilled if just one offender would go out and not want to come back in. We will have done our job. Or an employee who, and I used to keep up with how many of my employees that went on to become wardens.
Oh, wow.
Or even higher than that.
Right, right.
And I'm so proud of them.
Right.
I don't know at what point that I don't know what happens to a person when they are either jealous of that situation of you trying to excel and do better for yourself as well as those people around you. I don't know what triggers that,
Low self-esteem.
I guess so.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah, but it is, because at the end of the day, I think, intellectually, we can look at a situation and think, I could do that. I'm the same, I've got the same level of to achieve things, right? But if you're lazy, or you're looking for something to feel easy, it's probably not gonna be the same outcome. Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. So my next question then is, and I'm gonna share as well because I'm like the dreamer, right? I dream big. I've always been that way. It's just the way I'm built. So I've had those dreams that got me where I am today. So my question to you guys is, what's the next dream? I mean, as you really lay it out there and think about it, and go like big mindset, no chains on the brain. If you could be it when you grow up, what would that be?
Be Marshall.
Oh,
That's a good dream.
Retire and be able to travel. I got this passport, honey. I'm ready to put a stamp on it, but
I'm
just waiting to see what's going to happen in the world before I get about it.
No, we can't. We can't do that. We can't wait on what's happening in the world. We can't control that. So again, you're a big pie in the sky.
Well, I was going to Paris. That's always been on my a vision board. See, that's what I'm saying. How God made things out. I wanted to own my own bookstore. I didn't get a chance to, but I got a chance to live that dream through Miss Emma Rogers on Black Images Book Bazaar. I got to live that dream by helping her with her bookstore.
Right.
So different things that you want to do, you get a chance. You put it out there, and you get a chance to live that dream.
Right.
And so, Marsha, that I had Paris on my vision board somewhere I wanted to go to visit. You know, I'm gonna have my own little tour guide. You know, when I get ready to go. So I feel like you put it out there. I guess I do believe in manifesting. I do believe in journaling. I do believe in goals and praying. So I do all that. You know, I pray and ask God to lead and guide me toward my purpose. Then I do the work because I have to do the work to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I write my goals down. One thing I do first thing is write a goal down for that year.
Mm-hmm.
And I write me a list, and it makes me feel good at the end of the year when I go back on that list and look and see that I have achieved those goals, and it makes me feel good inside. No one else might even know that I wrote that goal down.
Right.
Just me.
I love that.
Just me and God know. But it makes me feel good that when I have achieved that goal, I say, "Wow, well, you did that, girl. You did that." Yeah, so yeah. So that's what I like. But yeah, that's what my goals: be retired, debt free,
and travel.
And travel.
Yes. All right.
And so my dream would be to be the one in motion. But again, I mean, I think one of my dreams, which I'm basically fulfilling now, is to be retired, which I am,
Okay.
and to be available for my parents because I'm blessed to have 88 and 89, my mom and my dad are still alive, which is a blessing, and to be in a position to be there for them.
Right.
But alongside of that, one of my biggest dreams is to be debt free. And when I say debt free, we're gonna always have a bill.
Right.
But to be debt free and to just be able to do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever it is at that particular time. I would love to go to Paris, but Marcia knows.
She's going. Yeah, she's going.
I'm a Mr. T.
She's
I don't want to be on that airplane that long.
We're gonna give her something to help her chill out.
Exactly. And we'll sit there and hold hands together because I ain't been on a plane that long either. And we'll just sit there and hold hands with each other. And just think about when we get there, all the fun we're gonna have when we get there.
Absolutely.
I think the other goal is just to be able to enjoy my friendship with all of my friends, the friendship that we have, and that we're just so blessed that all of us are still here, and to be here for each other. That I think is one of my biggest dreams. And right now, I mean, it's happening, but you know, I'm just kind of sidetracked just a little bit, just to take care of mom and dad, because you know what, they took care of us.
Yeah.
And hopefully to be an inspiration to the next generation. That, you know, it's important for you to go out there and work your behind off and to accomplish your dreams, but also to be there for your family and your friends.
Yeah.
And not always waiting on them to be there for you.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I've been blessed. That has happened, you know, and you know, we have all had setbacks. You know, that's part of life.
Yes, Lord.
You know, but do something with the setback.
Oh, yeah.
Make it
learn from them. Absolutely.
Because life is a learning experience.
You know, to your point, I've been blessed to be able to mentor folks in corporate America for decades. And my teams, I always love coaching them. One of the things I always tell them is fail hard. Fail hard. Don't halfway fail. You know, do it right. Hell, you know what I'm saying? Just like go all out. And my point is, don't be timid about trying something.
Right.
You will fail, trust me. And knowing that, you know, that failure just gives you one more stepping stone. But what I would also say to them is, if you do fail, don't come to me and say, I'm sorry, you know, Marsh, but this is something happened. Okay, what happened was, no, I want you to come with solutions. If you messed up, you don't just bring your manager a problem. So you bring me, the information that, things didn't happen the way we anticipated or wanted to. I reviewed things, and this is what I feel I need to do as a course correction. But I embrace failure.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's
Just learn
okay.
from it.
Absolutely.
And don't keep making the same mistake
Absolutely.
over and over again.
Absolutely.
And share those
Yeah,
failures.
yeah.
Because you can help the next person come along. If
Right.
you share and they know that, hey, you haven't always been this great person.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey,
Mhm.
mistakes, right?
Thank you.
Tons of mistakes.
Yes.
And you know, part of getting past the mistakes is just owning it, taking accountability for it, and then forgiving yourself for being human and moving on. And I would say for me personally, my goal now, wherever I am in the world, and I'm so grateful to be able to travel and see and meet and interact and learn from, all types of people everywhere in the world. Um, it's always, I think my goal is always to leave the place that I am better than I found it.
Definitely.
And that when I'm on a plane flying to the next place or back home or whatever, it's a sense of accomplishment, and that drives me. There's fuel there that fuels me to even go back home to my own community with more knowledge, with more information, with more love and more compassion, and just do even better there. Be at home doing good as well, right? Right?
Mhm.
Ladies, we gotta hey, cheers. This
Cheers.
has been such a great conversation. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I can't thank you enough for joining me today. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching Cocktails and Conversations. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching the show. And please don't forget to subscribe and like. And remember, we may not always get the happy ending, but we make our endings happy.